watching Turn to the Stars. My name is Andrea Klim, and I am an astrological counselor and a core shamanic practitioner from the local Manchester area. And I want to say thank you for tuning in to Turn to the Stars. We're so grateful for your support and always watching Turn to the Stars. And this week we have a really exciting show planned. As always, it's always exciting to be here and to be connecting with you. And we have the show is called One Love, and our special guest today is Lori Otto. And Lori is from Merrimack, New Hampshire, and I just want to say welcome, Lori.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm so thrilled that you accepted the offer to come on and tell the world about what you do. And at Turn to the Stars, it's really important to us that we always bring forth the people within our network, the people that support us, and the people that do some incredible work and are a big part of our positive evolution of all of us at this time, because as you know from watching the past shows, we've been doing a lot of providing a lot of information about the big shifts that are happening in the world and how the planets are a big part of that energy influence and that what's happening. And so, I just felt it was really great. Lori calls her work, or her website is autoheart.com. And because we've been talking about Venus so much and the occultation that happened on June 5th and 6th of Venus, I thought it was so appropriate to have Lori here and just have her share with you who she is and what she does. And Lori is actually a spiritual coach and teacher. And Lori, can you explain to us what is a spiritual coach and teacher?
A spiritual coach and teacher is someone who works with a person to learn about themselves. Mm-hmm. And we do that through self-discovery and self-empowerment. What a spiritual guide coach and teacher is going to do is guide the person to connect with their higher selves and really learn about themselves. Once you do that, once you learn to connect to your higher self, you're able to actually heal yourself, mind, body, and spirit. So that is our goal, is to get you to that point.
Mm-hmm. And the higher spirit, for people who are out there who are new to this word, higher spirit is can you explain what that means?
It is your higher self, your God self, your part of you that is part of God. It's really the whole you, the physical you, the spiritual you. Those are just parts of yourself. Mm-hmm. The higher self is all of the whole package.
The inclusive
of your spirit, your soul, your physical, and that's what helps you connect and speak with God and the angels and the spirits.
And hear that inner wisdom, right?
Right. It taps your intuition. Mm-hmm. You learn to trust yourself more because you're being guided by yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I just want to tell everyone who's watching out there that Lori is and has been a participant at Turn to the Stars at the Psychic Holistic Fairs, which we've been facilitating at the Yard Restaurant in Manchester, New Hampshire, and we're having our 2-year anniversary on July 21st of this. Yes, it's very exciting.
Very exciting.
And Lori is going to be there, so yes. I hope you will, pay close attention today, and as Lori talks about what she does, because it's so special and so important. And come and see her when you come to the Yard on the 21st. We invite you all to be there, all to come. It's from 10 to 4. So, but anyway, Lori, how do you perform this work when you're working with someone one-on-one or in a group?
Well, usually I will do this work with a person one-on-one. We get together. We have a conversation where they communicate to me their needs, their goals, their desires, and together we come up with a plan to help them reach those goals. Where everybody's path is unique and different, the plans are very individualized to that person. So it could be, you know, an exercise routine. It could be a change in diet. It could be, you know, I've actually recommended some people, you know, go to church, develop a community, you know, do yoga. You know, everybody's different, so we come up with a path that's perfect for that person.
Sounds to me like this is the one heart. And,
yes.
And you know, it's so appropriate for the age that we are about to birth, you know, that we're already shifting into, which is the age of Aquarius.
Yes.
Because it is truly one heart. It is that we all are of one heart. None of us are really different than the other, even though we have our own special light.
Right. We are all connected. We are all one. But we're here in individual pieces to learn different aspects and to experience different things so that we can make the one stronger.
Absolutely. Right. And that light shines brighter with the more energy that's there.
Yes.
So with that piece, I want to go ahead and play the video that I created for Lori. These are all her pictures from different times in her life. And this is One Love by Bob Marley. So we're going to play that. We'll be right back. I think Lori's music, her choice of One Love, it encourage us all to, you know, get together and that we are of one heart. And so I really enjoyed making that for Lori and hope that all of you enjoyed it. Yeah, it's, Lori, I do know that there are other healing modalities that you use as well as, you know, because we saw it on the video.
Yes.
And can you tell us what they are?
I do Reiki. I'm a Reiki master teacher. I see clients. I also teach Reiki.
Oh, great.
I developed my own Reiki program, One Heart Reiki. Figures, right?
Nice, nice, very nice.
I am also a certified life coach. I am a wellness coach. I am a minister, and I am an intuitive.
So that means you can perform weddings?
I can perform weddings, funerals, any type of celebration.
Great, great. And you can reach Lori. Her website is www.autoheart.com.
Yes.
And as you can see, could you just tell our audience the other contact information, like a phone or email?
You can email me at lori@autoheart.com. You can always reach me through the Holistic Self-Care Center. They book all my clients, and you can call them at 603-883-1490, and you can check them out, and the different classes that I offer and stuff are on their website, and that's www.thehsccenter.com. You can also find me on Facebook at Light of the One Heart, LinkedIn, Twitter at Rev Lori Otto. Facebook, yes. My business page, as I said, was Light of the One Heart.
Yeah.
Or Lori Otto. And you can find me at some other sites, such as I can't think of the name.
I think we
right
have.
now. They're listed on
yeah.
They are listed on the credits. The other sites that you can see me at, but mostly you'll find me on Twitter, LinkedIn, and Facebook.
Yeah,
and Pinterest.
We do have a contact page that is that we can put up on the screen. That will help you to find Lori as well. It's on. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so that we'll just leave that pause for a minute so that you can all see Lori's contact information. She's got such a beautiful website, and I love the flowers, and so hopefully you'll all be able to write that down, or even just, you can watch the show over and write it down if you missed it.
I like that.
So, yeah. And Lori, I get questions in my mind as I talk to you, and I do wonder how long have you been doing this type of work?
Well, I really have been doing this my entire life. I have been doing it professionally for about 8 years. But my whole life, people have come to me for guidance and direction, and it just evolved.
Yeah, so you're now walking right in, the last 8 years. I know it comes a point where we have to, in our lives, where we just say, you know what, this is what I truly believe in, this is truly what I want to do, and hopefully we're lucky enough to be able to take those steps in our life.
Absolutely. You have to follow your passion, follow your heart, and this is where my heart and passion have led me.
Yeah. And where, you mentioned that there's a place that you do your work from. Where is that? What town is that in?
I see my clients at the Holistic Self-Care Center in Nashua, New Hampshire. It's very conveniently located between exits 4 and 5 off of Route 3 on Murphy Drive off of Northeastern Boulevard.
Oh, great. So anybody who wants to connect with you, that would be where they can come to see you.
Yes, they can.
Book an appointment.
They can call and book an appointment to see me there. Yep.
Awesome. Or you can come see her at the July 21st Psychic Holistic Fair.
Definitely.
And so we hope that you're going to come see Lori and just meet her and spend, 15 minutes, get a 15-minute reading with Lori. She's, going to be right with all of us there. And
absolutely. Come see me.
Yeah. And one of the things I think about is, I know I've been doing this for 14 years, and there is education involved. Where did you get your education?
Well, I've got my Master of Divinity degree from the University of Metaphysical Science in Arcata, California. I got my life coaching certification through the Fowler Wainwright Institute, which is also in California. I did my Reiki training with a local Reiki master, and there are several wonderful, wonderful Reiki masters, including myself.
Yes.
And I am continuing my education because I do feel education is very important. I am currently getting my PhD also through the University of Metaphysical Science.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's, it is so important to, you know, in any work that you do, to continue to educate yourself.
Absolutely.
And so you know, that's really great news. And I think about, you know, I know that there is a lot of ethics that come with doing this work, and I also think about the regulations that come with the education. And what regulations or code of ethics do you go by with the work that you do?
Well, it's funny because in all of the aspects of what I do, confidentiality is the most important thing. And prior to this path, I had worked in banking and finance, and I also had worked at the hospital for many, many years, and was a big part of bringing in HIPAA, the confidentiality pieces. So I'm very, very adamant in adhering to confidentiality.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important that you do not share people's business with anybody, because it's their business, and you don't know what the ripple effects will be if you share that information with anybody.
Right, right. And it is, in, you know, when you're working with someone on that level, it's very, very special and private and personal.
Yes.
And so I just wanted to sort of, you know, let everyone know out there, and I know Lori is a great advocate for this, and it's really important. So when you're seeing Lori, or when you're seeing anybody, when you come to our holistic fairs,
Absolutely.
or even just, you know, that you choose, it's a really important thing that you know that there are regulations, and that there is a huge confidentiality that is front and center.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And what are some of the results that you have seen from your work? Can you share?
Well, I of course can't go into any specifics, but I can tell you I have seen people overcome long-term illness. I have seen people develop self-confidence and belief in themselves. I have seen people turn their relationships around, stop falling into the same traps that they were falling into in their lives, whether it be in relationships or jobs or you know, weight issues. I've helped people overcome all these obstacles to be healthy and balanced spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, and just happier all the way around. It's a beautiful thing to see someone blossom and grow.
Yeah, it certainly is. And do you have any, you know, how did you get into this work? Was there, what really pushed you to take that step and say, you know what, I'm going to do this? What was it? Can you share that?
I can. I was very, very sick for a long time, and it finally got to the point where the doctors couldn't help me anymore. And one of my doctors, God bless her, she was an amazing woman, said to me, "Why don't you try Reiki?" And I, of course, said, "What the heck is Reiki?" So I did some research. I went to the person she recommended, and I got better. They had told me, you know, I could go deaf, I could become crippled, I couldn't turn my head, I had trouble walking, I was on all these medications for all these different things. I take 0 medication now. I obviously am not crippled. I can walk, I can move, I function. I'm totally healthy. And I credit it to Reiki and to living this lifestyle that I share with others.
I want to just share a little story, because that is an incredible story. And before we move on, do you mind if I ask what some of those ailments were, or those health issues?
Well, I was allergic to everything, literally. When the doctor gave me my allergy test results, he said, "I'm so sorry," shut the door and walked away, because he did not know what to say. I was literally allergic to everything.
Wow.
I had chronic sinus infections. I had severe vertigo. I couldn't turn my head. They had to give me shots in my neck and my legs just so that I could move them. It was just, it was horrible. It really was horrible, thinking I was so young. I mean, when I was 28, they wanted to remove my bladder.
Oh.
I'm like, I'm 28.
Yeah.
No, I'm almost 50. I still have my bladder. You know?
Right.
And every other part. I have not had any parts of my body removed.
Yeah. Well, when I hear Lori's story, I think about a fellow that I work with, and I was telling Lori this story because it's amazing that, you know, I hear a lot in this field of work. People say it's mind, body, spirit. That's where the healing begins. And I'm going to tell you a little story about a fellow that walked into my office 2 years ago with Lou Gehrig's disease, and he actually passed at the end of February. He passed away, and on to his next journey of his spirit. And but he said to me in the course of the work that I did with him, he said, Andrea, it is not mind, body, spirit. Healing begins with the spirit, the soul, then the mind, and then the body. Think of that. The spirit is our light. The soul is what carries our memories from lifetime to lifetime. And the mind has to then process that somehow.
Right.
And then the body. So the body is actually the final avatar, if you will, of what has been happening with all those areas before it. So it is spirit, soul, mind, body. And you'll see that on our videos that we create for the holistic fairs. Spirit, S, soul, S, M, B. SSMB.
SSMB. I like it.
And so I can so appreciate having gone an avenue myself that led me to this exact place, knowing what works. So it's spirit, soul, mind, body.
Yes.
Spirit is where the beginning of the healing begins, is where the healing begins. So, Lori, do you teach these healing modalities that you use to others?
I do teach the Reiki, and anybody who would like to learn Reiki can email me at lori@autoheart.com. I do also teach the Healthy Lifestyle Wellness Program, and I do that at the Holistic Self-Care Center. So anybody who's interested in that can contact the Holistic Self-Care Center at 603-883-1490 and book their slot to come to the classes.
Awesome. So can anyone take your classes?
Absolutely. Anybody. This class is open to everybody. My classes are not religious-based or anything like that, so they are open to everybody, no matter what their beliefs are.
Holistic, inclusive.
Yes, very inclusive.
Yeah. So before we're getting closer to the end of the show, I think we have about 4 minutes.
Okay.
And what are some of the common questions that people ask you?
Oh, a lot of people ask me, what is Reiki? Or can anybody have Reiki? Can anybody do Reiki? And yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will also ask me, what is an intuitive and how does that work? And I just explain to them an intuitive is a person who is in touch with themselves, their guides, and their higher self, and they can talk to your higher self and your guides and share that information with you.
Yeah, that's you know, a lot of people I know, a lot of people ask that question, and it's a good one.
It is.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that I would like to ask you before we get to the end of the show is there any advice that you would offer to our viewers out there that are at that place where you were so many years ago, and what advice would you offer to them?
I absolutely would advise everyone to get to know themselves. That's the beginning of any type of healing. And once you begin to know yourself, you will begin to love yourself, because you have to love yourself before you can truly love anybody else. And I truly believe that if we all love ourselves, we can change the world.
And the value of that is priceless.
Absolutely.
The value, and you know, there's so many people, and I've been seeing this over the course of the last couple years, that the value, how people valuing who they are, valuing that they are a spirit, that they have a soul, and that they have a mind, and that they have a body, it seems to have been thrown away.
Yes.
And people throw it away, and then they go, why do I feel so sick? Why do I feel so lost?
Right.
And so when I hear you saying that, and also the one heart and the value of all of that,
yes,
and what we're talking about today, I just want to, you know, put a big accent on that, the value
absolutely
of how important it is to get to know yourself.
It's
and
priceless.
Yeah, it truly is. And I just want to remind everyone out there that Lori One Heart Otto here, I'm just teasing, she is at the Holistic Psychic Fair on July 21st
Yes.
at the Yard, and we're so pleased to have her, and we'd be so pleased to see all of you there.
Absolutely. Come down.
Yeah, and if you check out TurnToTheStars.com and look at our menu of all the different healing modalities and different type of readings and the vendors and that are listed on that menu, you'll get a real good feel of what you might want to do when you come on down. We'll really love to see you there. Lori will love to see you there.
Yes,
and
please.
we greet everyone with a big smile, and
Absolutely.
there's all kinds of fun things also that we have going on. So, and please do check out Lori and her website. And you know what? Even if you have questions, just give her a call.
Yeah.
And I want to say thank you to everyone who's watched the show. Thank you to you, Lori.
Thank you
For
Thank
coming
you.
here and taking time out of your day to share with our viewers a very special thing that you offer to the world,
Thank you.
and where you shine your light.
Well, I'm very grateful for the opportunity, so thank you.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. And thanks to Joe and Brendan, everybody
Yes.
here at MPTV in Manchester. We are thrilled to be a part of this community. So have a great week, and we will see you all next week. And just enjoy.
Circle of life.